So, your salary actually went up last year, right? Hey, congratulations. But let me ask you a kind of tough question. Think about what actually happened to that extra cash. For the vast majority of us, the answer is painfully identical. It went to a brand new phone, a bigger TV, or maybe a fresh EMI, all while your actual bank balance just sat there, completely flat. But here's the fascinating part. While most people are stuck running on this financial treadmill, some families quietly get richer with every single salary bump. The secret to this massive, unshakable wealth, it literally isn't luck. It's hidden in 10 specific habits. Today, we're going to decode these exact systems in a countdown. And listen, these aren't just cheap tricks to make a quick buck. These are the blueprints for saving, growing, and building real generational wealth. So buckle up, because by the end of this explainer, the entire way you look at your money is going to completely change. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's kick things off with habit number 10. Wealth is less visible. Imagine I tell you one guy drives the flashy, brand new BMW on the left, and another guy drives that reliable 12-year-old sedan on the right. Who's richer? Look, most people would blindly point to the guy in the BMW, right? And that assumption right there is absolutely our biggest financial mistake. The truth? Most actual millionaires don't live flashy lifestyles at all, not even close. This brings us to Thomas Stanley's groundbreaking research in The Millionaire Next Door. He basically proved this exact phenomenon. I mean, think about Warren Buffett. The guy is a billionaire, yet he still lives in the exact same modest house he bought way back in 1958. Now, he doesn't live there because he can't afford a bigger one. He lives there because he simply doesn't need one. You see, when the middle class gets a little extra money, they immediately upgrade their lifestyle. But the wealthy, they upgrade their assets first. Old business families follow one incredibly simple golden rule. Show your money where it grows, not to the people. Moving right along to habit number 9, give every single rupee a job. Imagine you run a shop, okay? And you hire an employee who comes in, takes his salary, but does absolutely zero work. How many days would you keep that guy around? Probably not even a single day. But ironically, we do exactly this with our own hard-earned money. We leave lakhs of rupees just lying there, incredibly lazy, in a basic savings account, and we just let inflation quietly eat away its value day after day. Now, yes, having an emergency fund is absolutely crucial for your safety, but safety doesn't mean laziness. You gotta park that idle money in liquid funds or sweep FDs, because the day your money finally starts working for you is the exact day you can start working less for money. All right, for habit number 8, we have something I like to call the 48-hour rule. Think about the very last time you opened up a shopping app. You probably saw something like, only 2 left, or offer ends tonight. Sounds pretty familiar, right? These aggressive marketing tactics are scientifically designed to target your brain's present bias. They deliberately force you to prioritize today's momentary excitement over your long-term future, basically pushing you right into making a highly emotional purchase. So the crucial point here is how we actually break this cycle. Let's break down the strict parameters of this rule. Step 1, anytime you want to buy a non-essential item that costs over 3,000 rupees, you just stop. Step 2, you strictly postpone that purchase for exactly 48 hours, and I mean strictly. No exceptions for festive seasons, and absolutely no way are you making an exception for those tempting midnight sales. Step 3, after those 48 hours pass, you'll either realize it's a genuine need or, and this happens way more often than not, you will have completely forgotten you even wanted the thing in the first place. It's literally the ultimate defense against impulse buying. Let's slow things down just a beat for habit number 7. Brother, I'll return it in a month. Man, we have all heard it, and we so often give in to that immense emotional pressure of helping out friends and family. But lending money is exactly where wealth and relationships often violently collide. Smart families ask themselves one single profound question before lending out a single rupee. If this money never comes back, will I be okay? If your honest answer is yes, then go ahead and give it. But mentally, treat it as a gift, not a loan. If your answer is no, you absolutely must politely refuse. Because when a loan isn't returned, you don't just lose your cash, you lose the relationship forever. That takes us right into habit number 6. Increase your salary, not your lifestyle. Have you ever noticed that when someone's salary doubles, somehow their EMIs, their phone budget, and their car budget just magically double too? This dangerous trap is what we call lifestyle inflation. Generational business families do the exact opposite. When their income goes up, their first instinct is to invest more, definitely not spend more. You should always upgrade your portfolio before you upgrade your lifestyle. And hey, a quick pro tip here. Keep your success quiet. The fewer people who know your real income, the fewer financial expectations they're going to have of you, which makes your financial decisions so much easier. Bridging the gap between the past and the present brings us to habit number 5, be your own accountant, or as it's traditionally known, a munim. Back in the old days, every single large, successful shop had a munim, whose one and only job was to meticulously track every single incoming and outgoing rupee. Today, well, we have UPI, automatic banking, all these fancy apps, yet shockingly, most people out there don't even know their exact net worth. The legendary management consultant Peter Drucker had a famous saying, "What gets measured gets managed." And look, you don't need to be a chartered accountant to do this. Just take 30 minutes, once a single month, to write down your income, your expenses, and your net worth. Put it on a simple Excel sheet, or honestly, even just a piece of paper. I promise you, taking that half hour to track your financial life is infinitely more valuable than 30 hours spent mindlessly scrolling through Instagram. This brings us to habit number 4. Never break the principle. I want you to think of your investments kind of like planting a mango tree. If you chop that tree down from the roots every couple of years just to get some quick firewood, it is never ever going to grow big enough to actually bear fruit. It's the same with money. Compounding absolutely loves time, and it completely hates interruption. So please, whatever you do, don't break your long-term investments for a shiny new car or a quick weekend vacation. This is exactly why you need that separate emergency fund we talked about earlier, so your primary wealth-generating machine can just keep running completely uninterrupted.
All right, we are down to the top 3. Habit number 3, never depend on a single income. Look, if the year 2020 taught us anything at all, it's that millions of supposedly safe jobs can vanish in an absolute flash. A single salary is never true security. Generational business families, they rarely depend on just one income stream. Instead, they slowly and methodically build multiple streams. We're talking rental income, dividends from stocks, maybe some weekend consulting. In the beginning, the actual amount of cash you make from these side streams isn't even the important part. Building the system itself is. Always remember this golden rule. Your first income pays your bills, but your second income, that gives you choices and freedom.
Now, habit number 2 is where the really smart players totally separate themselves from the pack, save tax first, then earn returns. Imagine 2 people with the exact same salary, investing in the exact same mutual fund, yet somehow one of them ends up with significantly more money at the end of the year. How is that even possible? It's simply because that person planned their taxes early. Smart investors don't just blindly chase high returns, they deeply prioritize tax efficiency. Guys, it is never just about how much money you earn. It is entirely about how much of that money actually stays in your pocket after the government takes its cut.
And finally, drum roll please, we arrive at the number 1 habit of generational wealth. Never stop learning. Whether you're looking at Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, or Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, almost all legendary, hyper-successful investors share one deep, relentless core quality: curiosity. They are absolutely obsessed with learning how the world actually works.
Let's see how this mindset translates into our everyday choices, right? People will happily drop 50,000 rupees on a brand new gadget without even blinking an eye, but those same people will call a 500 rupee finance book expensive. It's totally absurd. The reality is that phone's value drops rapidly every single year, while the knowledge you extract from a good book, that compounds in your mind for a literal lifetime. Business families don't just inherit money, they inherit a highly powerful financial mindset. So to bring this all together, if you look closely at the journey we've just taken, you'll notice that not a single one of these 10 habits talks about a secret stock tip, a hidden crypto coin, or some overnight magical shortcut. True wealth is built through structured systems. Now, I don't want you to feel overwhelmed here. You definitely don't need to adopt all 10 of these habits at once. My challenge to you is just this. Pick just one habit from this explainer and work strictly on it for the next 30 days. Just build that single muscle first. If you have stuck with me all the way to the end, I want you to drop down into the comments right now and type the word system. That tells me you are a focused learner chasing long-term wealth, not just cheap, quick money. And hey, if you want to keep aggressively upgrading your financial psychology and your money mindset, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the little bell icon. You definitely won't want to miss our next explainer. But before you go, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought. When your next paycheck hits your account, who is it going to make richer? You or the companies selling you things you really don't need? Choose wisely.